been glancing, and I say glancing because there's so much of the material that you write that is so captivating, but yet one thing refers to another and yet another, and it kind of layers. And it's been really wonderful, kind of in a way, hopping around through all the many books that you've written, as well as the one that you and Jim and Don collaborated on.
Yes. Well, the one that we collaborated on is totally special, and
Yes,
you're talking at this point about the Law of One.
correct.
Okay, the 606 sessions that Don had in conversation with those of Ra were absolutely unique. They were the only sessions that I have ever done in trance. I do not know how I did the trance. I would not recommend to anyone that they try trance without going to a spiritualist school and learning how to take care of yourself when you're doing it, because it has a tendency to eat up the body, and it ate up my body very quickly. I very quickly went down to 80 pounds, and I ate more than I ever ate in my life, and I could not gain a pound. And this went on for 3.5 years while I was being active with the raw material. I knew that there was the real possibility that I could die because I was failing. My health was failing from doing these. And you get down to when you weigh too little, and your kidneys, your your organs start to have trouble. I didn't care. I absolutely did not care. I adored Don, and the only time in my whole life I ever saw him happy was when he was going to talk to Ra, to those of Ra. And I would give my life for the next conversation, and that was all there was to it. And Jim felt the same way, and Don felt the same way, and we simply knew that we were bringing through something that was very, very special.
Yeah. Well, and your role was absolutely vital. I mean, without the part that
I
you
seemed
played,
to be the only one that could receive.
Right.
And I think I was born that way. I was born unusually. I was a 10-month baby. It was a long time in the womb. And when I was born, I was only 6 pounds. And I had a lot of birth defects. Most especially, my left eye had turned completely into my brain, had done a lot of brain damage, and was sticking into the amygdala, which is the third eye, so well beloved by Hindu uh, uh, gurus. And it's the third eye that you focus on as you meditate. And I think mine was opened when I was born. And I think it was part of my job that I was born to do, to be able to do this channeling. And I don't think I came from around here.
Yeah.
And I think that where I came from, the wiring was different, and the wiring was a lot like that of Ra. So that I was able to tune into that very, very fine tuning that nobody else could get. Because the first time around, they did try Don, and they tried my student, who was a very good student, and Don couldn't get it. Don taught me. And I don't believe Jim would have gotten it. Anyway, I was the only one that could get it. So I was born to do this work. Yeah. And we all felt that we were born to do it. And we focused on it. We rushed from one session to the next with great joy. And Don knew that first session, he said, we're going to do a book of this. And he asked the Ra group, he said, may we do a book of your communications? And they said, whatever you want. But they would only work from questions. They did not want to give a sermon. They didn't have anything to say. They said, our information is always the same. It's not different than what you have heard before. It's always and ever the eternal wisdom. But the way they put it together is huge in terms of its being, yes, it is different. And it describes where we came from, where we are, where we're going, why we're going there, what the whole point is of our living, and how we can graduate from this realm to higher realms.